Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Glow with Lola, the podcast for personal growth, wellness, and real life transformation. I'm your host, Lola, sharing my journey, lessons, and tools that help me glow from within. From grief to healing to balancing hormones and self care, we keep it real, we keep it raw and unfiltered. So grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's glow together. On today's episode, I want to talk about a very interesting topic. It's evil eye and protection. Now, I know you might be like, what is this girl talking about? Or you might actually relate. So let's talk about what inspired me to sit here today and bring it up to you guys. I come from a family. It really depends on what background you are from. I believe evil eye exists in every culture and every religion. If you're spiritual, if you're religion, it doesn't matter what God you believe in. I do think there is an evil eye. And if you don't know what evil eye is, a lot of times you'll see people wearing like bracelets with like blue eyes on it, or like the red little, what do you call it, like a string, but like a red bracelet, the bracelet with the blue eyes. Some of them can wear like a hand, like a khamsa hand on their necklace, and so on. So they're trying to protect themselves from evil eyes, from negative energy. I think from time to time we all experience an evil eye. So, like an energy that is not ours, that was brought to us from a third party. So, from your circle, from your friend, from a random person you saw on the street. Do I believe that anyone can give you evil eye? Absolutely. I want to share some helpful tips on how you can protect yourself energetically, what you can do to cleanse yourself, how to do it, and how often to do it, and how to know if you are affected by it. Okay. So I come from a background, grandparents, parents, they all believed in evil eye. From time to time, I seen my grandma cleanse my mom from like evil eye energy. I know where they come from. They would go to like healers who would do like a little, what do you call it, like ornament, I think that's the word, for protection, or they would go for a cleanse, and it does work. Now, how would you know if you are affected by evil eye is when things are just not working out for you. You try to do something, there's an obstacle. You try to do another thing, there's an obstacle. I'll give you an example. Things are just not working out at work. All of a sudden your car breaks. You got into a very big fight with your fiance husband, with your very good friend. You get sick. Like, I'm not talking like critical illness, but like a flu. Things are just not flowing your way. Money is not entering the house. Money is constantly leaving the house. There's some very hardships that you are facing as a family, as an individual, as a household. Okay. That is the number one sign that you are affected by energy that does not belong to you. Now, I don't know if some people do it intentionally. Some people are not even aware that they carry such a hard, evil intentions and eyes. Okay. I can't, like, I don't want to tell you question every single friend in your circle, but you should pay attention how you feel after a gathering. So let's say you go to your friend's gathering, to an event, and then you come home, you feel drained, you feel extremely tired, your energy's off, you feel like crying. That is number one red flag that something is off. Someone in that circle has not very pure intentions for you. Now, I am a very social person. I love to go out. I love inviting people over. I love going to events. I love putting myself out there. But it also means I'm attracting a lot of negative eyes that are not supposed to look at me, okay? But I also can't sit at home, not talk to anyone, not see people, not socialize, because mentally I will go crazy. I don't know what's going to kill me more, the evil eye or myself trying to stay away from people. It just doesn't work that way. So that's why I like to do rituals I try to do it every month. Sometimes I do it more often. Sometimes I do it every like couple of months, depending on how bad things are that are not working for you. And I think it's a really good mental check because I know unintentionally people that are going through a hardship, okay, and it has nothing to do with you, and you're meeting with that person and they're spilling their heart and they're telling you all the shit that they're going through, and you're basically uplifting them, you're motivating them, you're giving them a speech that things will work out for you, don't worry, give it a time, blah 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 blah. You can come home and feel extremely drained because you just gave your energy to someone who was going through a very hard time. They might be feeling like a butterfly, things are working out for them, but you accidentally took over their energy and took it home with you. So it's really important to know how to protect yourself. It can be with crystals, it could be with like the red bracelet I mentioned, the evil eyes. It could be for with a few rituals that I am going to share with you. Now, if you're listening to this episode, most likely you are either interested in the topic, you are aware that it exists, or you constantly hear it. I think it comes from a cultural thing. I come from an Eastern European family. It's very known that Eastern Europeans like to keep things private. We never talk about money. We never talk about upcoming things. If you know that something happened to me, you probably found out accidentally, or if you know about it, it's because I told you after it happened. So there is no way for you kind of like ruining the things happening for me. Okay. Now, how does it show in someone's life? It could be through a fatigue, constant obstacles. Like I mentioned, things are just not flowing. You try to do it one way, it's not working. You go from the other door, it's not working. You go from this door, it's not working. It could also be a sign that the universe is testing you. I really believe when things are falling apart, it's because things are being reput for you together for something bigger and better. But it could also mean that, we got to check the energy and see what is going on there. You feel emotionally heaviness, you feel constant headache, and your eyes are twitching. Okay, that's a very big sign because evil eye, it's the third eye. It's like located in between our eyebrows and in between our eyeballs. So that's a very big sign. Now, it can come from literally anyone. I know, like, I constantly read about if you want to become an X amount of version of you, you need to spend time with those peoples. Let's say I want to become a millionaire, okay? How can I spend, like, I don't know, how do I find millionaire people and just get in their circle and spend time with them? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work that way. I know it's a very encouraging motivational quote, but it's, I don't know, especially if you watch like shows where there's a lot of money, right? Like, let's say I want to be a millionaire, and you see like Real Housewives, for example. There's a lot of toxicity, there's a lot of negative energy, a lot of evil eye. So I'm in the process of finding balance between being financially comfortable, protected, balanced, and have a privacy where if I want to share something with you, I will share throughout my podcast to my friends. And if I feel like I want to keep things to myself, I'm still able to do so. So I don't know how those famous people back in like the 2007, all the paparazzis literally taking a picture of how you go to a bathroom and post it on tabloids everywhere. I don't know how people live like that. It's insane. But you see where I'm coming from? Like, I want to choose how I want to share my things. If I want to keep it private, I have the option. If I want to announce it or share, I'm able to do so, but I have the choice. Okay. It can come from people that are close to you. Not everyone have good intentions in their heart. I feel like, I don't know how many, let's say, girlfriends, friends you have around you, but at some point in life, we all tend to shift. Some friends you will go up with them like on the like the lifestyle level at the same time. Some will have like a gap in friendship because either you're married, they're not married, you had your first baby, the friend is still single and living her best life. Those friendships that pass through that point, guys, like, phenomenal. You're going to be friends for life, but it's very hard to overcome because we all move at different temps. And sometimes we tend to look at others' life and say, oh my God, I wish I had that type of relationship that they had, or I wish I had the job that they had, or like you constantly look at someone else's grass thinking that their grass is greener. But you guys, you need to be careful with what you're wishing in someone else's life because you don't know what they had to go through to achieve it. Okay. So I'll give you an example for myself. Some tend to look at the Instagram page and say, oh my God, she's traveling so much. Oh my God, she's whatever, living this lifestyle that I want to live too. But don't forget everything I had to go through, losing two parents, grief, still grieving, you looking at someone else's lifestyle thinking I want to live like them. First of all, nothing is stopping you to come to that level because we all have the same access to the opportunities. We all have the same YouTube, Google, library, books. It's all out there. You not choosing to step up, to educate, to do something more with your life, it's all with you. But you looking at someone else's life saying, I want that relationship that they have. You don't know what's happening behind closed door. That perfect couple, the husband might look so amazingly publicly loving and caring man. Behind closed doors, the guy could beat up your friend and she's not going to tell you that, or mentally or physically abuse her, right? Someone who is extremely happy just went through a cancer treatment. You never know what the person is going through. So you being jealous of their life and how they're living, especially social media, like even myself, guilty as charged. I look at some, Instagram models living their best life, going to polo games, flying on a whatever, flying somewhere on a private plane, going on a yacht party, this and that. Amazing. But you don't know what type of a hardship that girl is dealing with. Maybe she has severe anxiety. Maybe she can't sleep at night and that makeup is really covering her under eye bags. Maybe she's been, she has a sugar daddy who is a very abusive man, but he's paying for the bills. You know what? Like, you need to choose what you are admiring of in someone else's life. The best way to do it, and I'm practicing it myself, your life, your journey has nothing to do with someone else's life. From this episode, what I really want people to do is appreciate what you are going through and the flow you're floating in your life, and enjoy what you have. Be supportive of your friends. It's very hard to meet genuine people, and those genuine people that meet people that look genuine but behind doors they're absolutely not fucking genuine towards you. It's hard for you to continue trusting others, right? I'm facing it all the time. Like, I get messages on Instagram all the time. Oh, let's grab a drink. Oh, let's do this. Like, from people that really want to, get together, get along. But I've come to the point where I'm so protective of my energy and time. There are many people that I want to meet and I will meet, but I'm also very cautious of who I spend my time with because you just never fucking know. Especially like some people that you do spend your time with, then you find out that, they didn't have the best intentions in their heart towards you. So you got to be careful. Please, please, please appreciate what you have in life. Focus on you. Be supportive of your friends. Provide advices when you're asked for one. And if you're not asked for one, listen. Try not to be jealous. It's so hard, but focus on what you have going on in your life and stop fooling yourself that thinking that the grass on the other side is greener, because it's absolutely not. Nobody has everything figured out, okay? We all go through shit. We deal with life that most likely will never be exposed on social media, and if it is, they probably are sharing it after they healed. They've figured it out and they moved on. That's when you find out. But nobody's going to pull out their camera phone and record everything in a live moment. Now, how can you protect yourself? Okay. So, number one, jewelry. Let's say if you're doing it, okay, let's try to fix that. And if you're unintentionally doing it, start paying attention. Let's say you're seeing someone in public who just grabs your attention. Their energy, the way they dress, they're just beautiful. Like you've never seen such beauty. And you just tend to stare how perfect their skin is, how perfect their outfit. They look so put together. Oh my God, their man is treating them so well. He opens the doors for her. Like you start grabbing more and more details and you just can't take your eyes off that person because something in them just grabs your intentions. It's your sign that you need to protect yourself, either if you're the one who is experiencing it or you're doing it towards someone else. Now, a good distraction from eyes that, are not supposed to serve you, like their energy is not supposed to serve you, is wearing jewelry. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can say, I like to wear jewelry because it distracts eyes that are not supposed to, like, evil eyes. Okay, it's a distraction. Jewelry is a distraction. That's why when we go out in public, try not to go bare skin. You know what I mean? Try to always have like a jewelry, something that will distract. Shiny ring, gold bracelet, like a chakra bracelets. I have the hematite ring, something that will grab someone attention. That's why people wear red bracelets on their hand, because let's say I'm looking at you and all of a sudden I look down, I'm like, oh my God, she has a red bracelet. And then I lost my train of thought. So it's a distraction of someone else thinking whatever they're thinking in their heads. Okay. A good thing that I started implementing is showering with salt. Every single day I come from home, even if I'm working from home, I'm going to the gym, like there's eyes everywhere. I come home, I take handful of Epsom salt, regular salt, you name it, and I just pour it all over myself and I wash it in the shower. And I literally say it out loud in the shower. All the negative energy that does not belong to me is washing off me and goes down to your water system. You're washing off all the evil, all the negative eyes, all the energy that was not meant to stick to you. You're washing it off. First of all, your skin's going to feel extremely soft. I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now and it's insane. You're going to feel extra clean. Like if you're clean after you shower, like your soaps, whatever. But if you're like me, you're using clean um body washes and you're using a clean moisturizer and you're showering with salt. I can't explain this, but the the level of cleanness, that's how you say it, I hope. It's insane. You feel pure, you feel like an angel. And I've been implementing it and I do it every single night and it's just amazing. Okay. Next, I talked about jewelry, wearing jewelry. But one thing I didn't do, and I started doing it, is soaking my jewelry in salt. What you're going to do is you're going to take a plate. You can do regular salt. I like to do Epsom salt. Put Epsom salt on your plate. I did two different bowls, one for my crystals and one for like my jewelry. I put all my jewelry inside and let it sit in that bowl for at least 12 hours. Okay. The next day, what you're going to do is you're going to take out your jewelry, whatever you can wash under the water, like you can wash crystals. I washed all my crystals in cold water and placed them to dry. And the salt that I had left from the plate, I flushed it down the toilet. Make sure you're not keeping that salt in your house. You need to get rid of it. Throwing it out in the garbage and the garbage sitting in your house is not going to help. So make sure you are getting rid of it, flushing it, throwing it outside, whatever you can. It's a witchcraft. Salt is been used in many healing purposes and no wonder why. But try to soak your jewelry at least once a month. Okay, let it all sit overnight, wash it, and then start wearing it. Saging is a really good example. I like to sage myself and Edward, my brother, quite often in the house. But sometimes when a lot of negative energy sticks and sage is not enough, you need to do more. Okay. A great example is cleansing your house. I always say our house is a temple. That's how I treat it. I work from home. I live at home. I host people at home. Edward brings his friends over. I want to make sure my walls are healing me. I want to make sure the air I'm breathing is clean and fresh. I want to make sure I have positive thoughts in my house. I'm restful. Abundance flows into my house. Health flows into my house. It's just a good, positive energy overall in my house. How I like to clean, you don't need to do it often, but once you feel like, okay, I need to declutter, I need to clean, because things are just not flowing, first start treating your house. You want to declutter. You don't want to have clothes that you're not wearing, get rid of them. If your little shelves are packed with like garbage and like things that you're not using, get rid of them. Decluttering is the number one, even in feng shui, I think in the Chinese culture, they talk about decluttering and making sure you don't have any like stuff that you're not using, so things can flow easily towards you. So if you are cluttered and you have clothes that you're not wearing, or it's all over the place, or guys, be tidy. Like, things tend to flow more towards people who are tidy in their household. It all starts with your house. Once in a while, instead of going out, out and partying, take a day night, wear cozy clothes, put on a playlist or a show in the background that you've already watched, and start deeply cleaning. I can't even tell you how satisfying it is to throw out shit. Like, I literally love grabbing 3 garbage bags, filling them up with stuff that I don't need from Christmas. Like, you have gifts that were you forgot to gift, or you got gifts that you didn't really like, or just like some people gift you some random ass stuff that you don't like, you never end up using. And I'm like, anyways, what a waste of money. But bottom line is, throw out shit that you're not using, clothes that you're not wearing, refreshen things, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you want to take a bowl, or like, what do you call them, the things that you mop the floor with. You're gonna fill it with water, and you're gonna put salt in it, and you're gonna clean your doors, the handles of the doors and windows. You want to have things flowing into your house. So the way I like to look at it from a spiritual point of view, the air that blows, I want to make sure my windows are clean. The doors that I open will open easily for me, like, that's how I like to view it. And lastly, you're going to mop the floor with salt and whatever floor wash that you use to clean your floors. And what I was told from a healer is, at homes, we walk bare feet. Okay, whether you wear socks, slippers, at some point you step on the floor bare feet, and you want to make sure first of all, you're balanced, you're ground. If the floor is dirty, you had people over, or it wasn't washed properly, that energy sticks through our feet. Our feet is the powerhouse. It's a powerhouse that they view it in acupuncture. When you go to like a yoga retreat, many times they walk bare feet on the ground to balance yourself. So make sure your floors in your house are well washed. And you'll see over time, when you start washing your floors with salt, the mop will be cleaner and cleaner with each time, and it actually washes the floor better than just the regular cleaning supply for your floors. So that's another example. So we have showering with salt, wearing jewelry, soaking your jewelry in salt. It will not ruin the gold or silver or the diamonds. Trust me on that. Washing floors with salt, washing windows and doors. You don't need to do it often, but again, you need to do what feels like is the right thing to do for you at that time. If it feels like every 3 months, do it. I don't think we should be putting timelines. I think we should be living life with a harmony and doing things as we wish to do. Then we have saging. So after, imagine you just decluttered your house, you threw out some shit that you no longer need. You cleaned your windows, you cleaned your doors, you mop the floor with salt. You're gonna go shower. Okay, listen to me. You're gonna go shower with salt, and then you're gonna sage your house. But you're gonna start saging your house from the outside of the house, meaning, the front door, you walk into your house, you're gonna lit a sage at the front doors, and you're gonna walk inside the house. Make sure your windows are open, because you want the wind to take the negative energy with it outside of your windows, so it's not sticking inside the house. That's why I like to have my windows open on a nice day. I like to have it open for at least 6 hours. Even if it's a little chilly, perfect. Let it cleanse the air that you breathe in the house, and the energy you have at home. really good example. So once you do it, trust me, you guys, you're gonna feel amazing. I know it can be scary if you've been affected with evil eye. You will be afraid of meeting people, going to social gatherings, because you'll have that fear of what if, things go south again, and you finally cleanse yourself and you balance, and the energy that did not belong to you went back to the person who sent it or put it towards you. I know it can be scary, but those rituals can help you be protected. Another thing you can do at home, you can grab a bag of salt. You might think this is crazy, but listen, anything to protect myself. Okay. I like to feel good. Sometimes, we're not feeling our best, and it has to do with hormones. It has to do with the weather, because it keeps changing here in Canada. It's raining in the morning, it's sunny in the afternoon, and then it's snowing at night. You never know, and affects our mood a lot. But sometimes it's that, but sometimes it's beyond your hormones and the weather, and so you gotta do what you gotta do. You're gonna take a bag of salt. I like, again, Epsom salt. You're gonna fill it with salt. You're gonna put a bay leaf, okay, bay leaf, dried bay leaf inside, with three little rices. You can close, like, wrap the little plastic bag, and then you can cover it with, I put paper towel, and carry it with you in your pockets, have it in your bag. I have one for Edward too, for extra protection at school, whatever he has going on for him. This is a great way to protect yourself. Also, if you're Eastern European, you know that one. Safety pin. Okay, you take a safety pin, you wear it on your bra, but the inside, like the little clipper, you're gonna wear it down. So the clipper, where you actually tuck the pin in, it's gonna be facing down, and the little circle, like the hoop, is gonna be facing up. So you can wear that on your bra. I've been doing it forever since I was a kid. My mom always told me to do it, but I didn't know you had to change those pins often. So I had the same safety pin on, on all my bras. I have like a safety pin on each bra, and I would keep wearing it until I get rid of the bra, but I would change the pin to another bra. But apparently, I didn't know you had to do that too. You need to change those safety pins so it keeps protecting you. Don't ask me why we do it. I don't know. It's been passed by generation, by healers, by witches, but whatever you want to call it. So I keep doing it for extra protection. So if you are wearing a pin on your bra, make sure you change it, because I didn't. And no wonder why I felt very fucking off for a few weeks. Explains it all. But yes, just a little recap. We have showering with salt, mopping the floor with salt, cleaning your windows and door handles with salt, soaking your jewelry, right? Wearing your jewelry, saging the house, wearing a pin upside down on your bras or on your top, but make sure it's inside and nobody can see it. Evil eye bracelets. You have that red little bracelet. If you know what I'm talking about, signs that you need to cleanse yourself. Like I mentioned, shit is not working out. You were supposed to get that promotion. The promotion is not coming. You were supposed to sign this contract. All of a sudden, it fell through the cracks. You were supposed to buy a new car. The financing did not work through. You were supposed to close a house. All of a sudden, it's not closing. So there's two ways looking at it, okay? It can be, re-guidance, because better things are coming. But if one obstacle after another obstacle after another obstacle, that's your red flag. If it's a one thing, then okay, like, maybe you're not meant to buy that certain house or sign that certain promotion. But all of a sudden, your car breaks. All of a sudden, someone, God forbid, falls off and then ends up in the hospital with a broken leg. Then you have some issues with your boss at work. That's a red flag that it's beyond re-guidance or protection or whatever. That's the check-in point where you're like, okay, let me cleanse. Now, when I do cleansing, because I'm so sensitive, a lot of times if you go see a healer to cleanse, you will be very sensitive. So you either sleep it through, you puke, you bowel movements are insane, or you sleep a lot. So that's how your body gets rid of toxicity, negative energy that does not serve you. You will be very sensitive for that period of time until cleansing is completely done. So be aware and maybe try not to meet with anyone during that period of time until you're fully cleansed and you feel like, okay, I'm ready for the world to see me. But once you go back to the world, make sure you're protected. You have that extra jewelry. You shower with salt. You burn a sage, Santo Paulo stick. If you go to church, there's the candles that they, what do you call it? They become Holy Spirit. I have some from Jerusalem, from a church. Don't ask, my mom is a believer, and every time we had someone come to visit, she always asked for those candles. So we have plenty of those, and they smell like church. So I have those too. Once you're ready to see your friends, my best advice is I'm very talkative. I like to talk about shit before the shit even happens to me. Or if I'm planning something in my head, I like to tell, oh, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. And then the next day, A, B, C, and D is not happening for me. Work on keeping things to yourself until they actually happened. Because once you start putting that energy out there instead of keeping it in the project, in the item, or whatever you had going on for you, things just tend to not work out. So if you're planning a trip, keep it to yourself. If you're planning a move with your boyfriend, keep it private until you actually move with your boyfriend. It's not, doesn't mean that people, you want people to be happy for you, no problem, but do it after you actually accomplished and achieve it, so then your energy is actually sticking to whatever you have going on at that plan and not focusing on spreading it to the world without even happening first. Okay, so I have a thing written here. What would I tell to someone who feels like they're under a spiritual attack? I think that you will pass through it, okay? Like anything in life, everything passes. Just be strong, be aware, do all those rituals. Find your ritual. If the tips that I gave you, you find them, not for you, look for something that is more meaningful or you feel like it's working for you. I know these things that I just mentioned truly work for me. I feel how my energy is switching. And I also like to have those rituals where I'm coming home and I know, okay, I can take off my shield, wash off all the negativity, and be me again with my energy. Okay. Another thing for abundance, protection, and things flowing your way is burning bay leaf. So you take bay leaf, you burn it. I have like a little bowl. If you sage, you know what I'm talking about, but I have like a bowl for the sage once it's burned, or like my incense sticks. I like to burn a bay leaf. Once it's completely burned and becomes ashes, I like to open the window and just throw it out just to cleanse all the negative energy. Also really helps me a lot. Try to do those rituals, see if it works. Most likely it will. I know because we live in Canada, it's really hard to find healers that are genuine and actually know what they're doing. If you've been to one, you know what I'm talking about. But if you can't find one here, try to do those rituals alone. Or if you're traveling to your home country, if you're in like Europe, if you're from Israel, if you're wherever you're coming from, and there's like an old lady, like a healer who does that, it's always good to go in and check and cleanse that negativity off of you, because whether we like it or not, we all attract some sort of attentions that we don't always want to attract, but we can't fear it too. You know what I mean? You need to learn how to protect it. Stand tall, strong, and beautiful. Represent yourself in whatever you're going through or doing or whatever is happening for you, but also come home and know how to wash it off and be in your zen. I know some people are more private, okay? And I know some like to share what they're going through. Like, I know I love sharing. I love sharing what I'm ready to share. And I know my family will be like, well, you should keep it private. Like, why are you're giving out too much information or whatever. But this is who I am, because I believe that we come from, like, we all carry like a generational curse until someone smart enough and open enough to go through everything that your ancestors, I think that's ancestor, what's the word, ancestors, I think ancestors um went through, and you're here to heal it and fix the generational curse. I really believe that I am that person in my family, and if it resonates with you and you're also here to do like a fix to what your family has been avoiding, and you do feel like you want to share a little bit of extra about like how things are going for you, it's fine too, right? If you're comfortable sharing, amazing, but don't share things that you're still working on or in the process of. Now, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, it's completely different, right? But things like projects that are upcoming, work, relationships, like that's why I always see individuals that they'll be dating, you will not know they're dating, and then all of a sudden they post an Instagram post and they're saying, oh, happy 6 months anniversary, because they kept it private. And I think that's absolutely beautiful, because some things are meant to be a little bit more private until you're comfortable sharing it. And even if you do share it, make sure you are protective of it. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful, sweet, and short episode on how to keep yourself protected from the evil eye and energy that do not serve you. I think those tips are amazing. Share with anyone who needs a little extra protection in their day. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. Thank you for all the support that I have been receiving so far. The shares, the likes, the comments truly mean the world to me. And I'm so happy I get to do what I'm doing on a weekly basis. I love you guys and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your long weekend. Love you.